Hi foodies, I've been craving some curry chicken and roti, so I decided to make some curry chicken Jamaican style and Bara roti. Usually the Bara roti is used for doubles when it comes to Trini food, but that was what I was craving, so I made this deliciousness. So let's get started. To make the Bara dough, I have here all-purpose flour. I'm adding some baking powder. This is instant yeast. This is the brand that I use. I'm going to add some brown sugar. If you like your roti a little bit sweeter, you can always add more sugar. Then I'm adding some turmeric. This is for flavor and color. If you want a lot more color, then all you need to do is just add more turmeric. I'm going to mix all of this together and then I will add salt and stir that in as well. Once we've combined all of this, we're going to be adding lukewarm water because you know that yeast needs that warmth. Okay, so just going to make a well in the center and you pour in the lukewarm water a little at a time while mixing everything. This is not one of those doughs that requires extreme smoothness, okay? So don't worry about it. Just mix it together. Do not over mix it in an effort to make it perfectly smooth, okay? Add your water a little at a time. Knead the dough together. It's gonna be very soft. It might be a little sticky. Don't worry about that. Once it comes together, pour on some oil and knead that oil into the dough. It's going to be even easier to handle at this point. Once you knead in the oil, then it's time for us to let the dough proof. So I just transfer it to a different bowl. This bowl, I'm just greasing it with some oil. Then I'm rubbing the oil all over the dough ball. We're going to cover it with a damp paper towel. You could use a kitchen towel. And then just allow it to sit until it's doubled in size, and this usually takes about an hour to 2 hours. Depending on how warm or cold your kitchen is, it might actually take longer than that, but you just want to make sure it's doubled in size, and you could refrigerate it and use it the next day if you want to. Now for the curry, we have some oil in the pot and it's been heated over medium heat, and I'm stirring in some onion, garlic, and ginger. Once these smell really nice, you want to make sure that they are at that point where they're fragrant but not brown. Then you're going to stir in some curry powder. And today I'm using Betapac curry powder, home choice, and chief curry. I mixed 3 powders just to see what the taste would be like. So that's going to be going into the pot once these are fragrant. This is what some Jamaicans might refer to as burning the curry, but we're not literally burning it. You are just allowing those spices to get even more pungent and they're going to be smelling so great. You just want to cook them in the oil for maybe 30 seconds and then you can add your seasoned chicken. So this was seasoned overnight, guys. I used some green seasoning, a lot of chopped scallion. I used all-purpose seasoning, curry powder, black pepper, and ginger. I also put some crushed pimento as well. So season it however you like it, and then you're just gonna cook all the pieces of chicken on both sides. So cook them in that curry oil, then flip them over. Remember, they don't have to be very brown because we're not doing brown stew. After both sides are cooked in that curry, then you're going to just give the chicken a gentle stir and we're going to put on the pot cover, okay? Put that lid on and let the chicken cook in its own juices for about 5 minutes. At this point, a low heat to medium heat is fine. Try not to go up to high heat. Now we are going to be adding some more flavor. So we have scallion, thyme, onion, and carrot. We also have some garlic, and we will be adding diced potatoes. We also have a scotch bonnet in there. You can cut it up if you want to, but I'm using it whole. At this point, the chicken is partially cooked. You just want it to finish cooking, and you want the potatoes to cook as well. So stir everything together, add a little bit of water, and let it simmer until the chicken is complete its cooking and the potato is cooked as well. You can feel free to add some coconut milk if you want to. I didn't add any this time. But then once that chicken is almost done, you need to get started on the roti. Make sure your clean hands or your gloves are oiled. We're not going to be using any flour, just oil on the hands. Then you want to break up the dough into pieces. So maybe 10 to 14 pieces. Now once you have your dough balls ready, what we need to do is flatten these. So make sure you have a greased surface, okay? Not too greasy because you don't want the roti to slip around, but you do want it to be oily enough, okay? So oil on my cutting board, and then I'm just gonna be spreading it really thin. So start with the outer and then work your way in until the whole thing is flat. If you see any holes, just patch them up and keep going. Then you want to fry the roti in hot oil, about 2 seconds on each side, 2 to 3 seconds on each side. Remember, it's thin, so it cooks really fast, and you're dealing with high heat, not low or medium heat, because you don't want it to be full of oil. You want it to cook quickly. To keep the roti warm and soft, I just have the foil wrap and then paper towel. I'll just keep them in there while I do the rest. You can do it on a plate as well. I find that the plate is a little bit easier than the cutting board. It just, I don't know, it just works much better, I guess, because of this type of surface it is. You can also put it flat, and while you're spreading, you can spin. Remember that the Bara roti is typically used for doubles, so they would be smaller, but you can make them large if you want to. Feel free to patch any holes that you make and spread them as thin as you can. Fry on both sides, and it's about 2 seconds on each side. Remember guys, if you want that roti to stay soft, you gotta keep it covered, okay? So I'm just keeping them underneath this paper towel until I'm ready. And it's a very soft, look at that, very flexible. And it was so easy to do. So I served it up with my Jamaican style curry chicken. This is not boneless, but you could do boneless if you want to. You just want to sop up that gravy with the roti and enjoy every bit of this dish. Let me know if you would try it or if you've ever made bara roti. Thanks for watching guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.